Hi everyone. So I wanted to walk you through day 2 of the lyrics mashup poem, and this is going to focus on revising the rough draft that you created the other day. Okay, so uh, let's just talk about what we're going to be focusing on. Our revision focus is on line breaks. Okay, now a line of poetry can be anything you want it to be. That's kind of part of the fun of poetry. But here are some things to consider when you're trying to decide how to break your lines. So if we look at our revision notes here, how line breaks in a poem affect things. It can affect the sound of the poem. So when you're reading, are there certain sounds that come into play that seem important? The rhythm and flow. If it's really short lines, it might be a little jerky. If they're all similar length, you have a little bit of a flow, kind of like a rap. That would be important. The speed of a poem, as the reader reads, shorter lines usually make you read faster. Um, you might want to make your poem visually structured a certain way. Maybe you have lines cascading down the page, or maybe you have spaces in between certain lines, totally up to you. And then the other reason why line breaks are important are because of emphasis. Again, something that is emphasized is something that's shown to be important or leaves a strong impression. And some of the ways to emphasize words in a poem are to think about where they're placed. Usually words that are at the end of a line are words that are seen as more important by the reader. If you repeat words often or phrases that are repeated, those become more memorable. And also, if you give words their own separate line, like if you kind of break and you all of a sudden put a word on its own, it's going to signal to the reader that, like, oh, this is something that's important. Okay. So we're going to play with these today, but just remember my most important tip for while you're revising is just don't be afraid of playing with this. There is no one right way to do this. It's not a math equation. There's not a correct answer. It's your poem. So you get to make it look like whatever you want. The idea is just to be purposeful and intentional in why you're doing it. Okay. So if we go back to, this is my sample creative writing here. And I'm going to scroll down to where I wrote my rough draft. It was very rough, and I have all these colors. I haven't looked at this at all, really. So I'm just going to copy it, Control C, and then I'm going to paste it down here, and I'm going to write in step 4 revision so that I know what I'm doing down here. So you could do the same thing for your poem, okay? Now I'm just going to be thinking through the line breaks. These notes on line breaks right here are going to be posted in Google Classroom, so you can look at them if you want while you work. And I'm just going to start thinking about things. I do really like this as my starting. I'm going to get rid of the yellow now. And I think I'm going to leave that one here, but the revolution's coming. I want to break this onto its own line. It's a minute away, okay? I also want you to play with these lines. Now, at this point, you might add a word or two here to make things work. You could also change like the tense of a verb. You don't want to, the idea of this poem is not necessarily to add a whole bunch of your own lines, but it's your poem. So feel free to make it work if you want to add things here and there. I'm going to add, found my heart. I'm going to add the I here, okay? I don't want the and. Again, you can get rid of words here. Tasted the sweet perfume. I don't want the just. I'm going to say love. And you know what? I kind of want to just list these. I'm going to give them each their own line for emphasis. Love, understanding, positivity. And then I'm going to get rid of the all, the bad things. And you know what? Again, I want disappear to be on its own line so it feels important. Also, with poetry, just as a side note, this is more of an editing thing, but it's completely up to you whether you capitalize the first letter or if you use punctuation, totally up to you, okay? So we could change this whole world. The revolution's coming. It's a minute away. I found my heart, tasted the sweet perfume, love, understanding, positivity. The bad things disappear. Now, as I'm going to this part, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I really like this line anymore. And this is where maybe you get rid of something. Or you know what? I'm going to just make this smaller. I'm just going to say love and hate. And then I want to use some alliteration here. So with my B's, both balanced on a razor blade. So I'm just getting rid of words here, okay? And I don't want to start talking about a U. Again, I'm going to just get rid of this here. I think I also might want to repeat something. Both balanced on a razor blade. I think I might go back and say the revolution's coming again. I really like that image here. So I'm going to repeat that line because why not? So now I have a new thing here, and I think I like it. And I'm going to just keep going here. I'm going to get rid of my colors because I don't want those anymore. But let's see where this takes me. I'll tell you right now something else I've been thinking. Right now, my poem is really long, and I don't think I want it to be that long. I think I want to really focus in on my idea. We could change this whole world. The revolution's coming. It's a minute away. I found my heart, tasted the sweet perfume, love. Ooh, I think I actually want sweet perfume on its own line. Tasted the sweet perfume, love, understanding, positivity. The bad things disappear. Love and hate both balanced on a razor blade. The revolution's coming. I really like this first part. I'm going to see where the rest of this takes me. It's probably going to end up a lot shorter. And if you want to see what my, final revised draft, my best draft for right now looks like, check in before you leave and look at my sample one to see it. Happy writing, everybody. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Be sure to click turn in when you're done and let me know if you need any help.